100 HP, trying to onto it.
Except stepping in, they know
alive and healthy. Even
Sonics, again, if they can win this position, Sonics and Onyx though shuts down the Sonic stream.
What's up, PUBG Esports fans? Week 3 was filled with merciless fights over the last few chicken dinners to qualify for the weekly final. Did you have fun watching Week 3's weekly survival? Except KPI Gaming and Team Liquid, who already have golden tickets to the grand final. Most teams had to fight for more points, which led to a bloodbath. First, let's take a look at the Pick'em Challenge poll as of December 10th. The results of Week 2's weekly final definitely influenced the vote, as Virtus Pro, who was third last week and sitting on first, and last week's weekly final winner, Team Liquid is currently ranked fourth. Both GNL Esports and Global Esports XSET's significant rise grabs our attention, as they have always resided at the bottom in the previous weeks. If you haven't casted your votes yet, then make sure to get some hints on who to pick in the up and down. Without further ado, let's get started. Day 1 started off with Europe's dominance as Navi, Team Liquid, and Heroic picked up chicken dinners. While other teams were desperate to pick up chicken dinners, Team Liquid had already begun to look at the bigger picture in preparation for the grand final. Although they already have a golden ticket, Team Liquid still tried to oppress 17 Gaming, who were fighting for the same loot spots. Do Pochinki and Picado belong to Team Liquid now?
Since we made it to all 3 weekly finals so far, we feel very confident. So even though we made it to the grand finals already, we're still playing to win this week.
Day 1's 5 winners were finalized when Danawa Esports and New Happy put an end to the European dominance and picked up 17 kill and 16 kill chicken dinners. On Day 2, teams that targeted the center of the circle and utilized defensive strategies were able to win the majority of the chicken dinners. Starting with Virtus Pro, who blitzed to the center of the circle from the start, Ghibli Esports, who infiltrated military base and successfully pushed Space Station Gaming, Mad Clan, who overcame the struggles in their favorite loot spot La Cobreria, and Oath with their brilliant strategy to go straight for the center. All won sensational chicken dinners. Among many teams that struggled playing on the edge of the circle, Fury's performance on Erangel stood out even more. They took down team after team when maneuvering around the circle's border. They wiped out Sonics, the last team alive, and got themselves an 18-kill chicken dinner.
I think ultimately we need to trust ourselves to take really good fights, really strong fights, ones that are going to give us the most points, especially obviously in Super, you're looking for kills. And ultimately putting ourselves in positions as well that also do that for us, and then we're going to be able to soak up a lot of points and hopefully finish at the top there.
On Day 3, teams from the bottom 16 flourished and picked up chicken dinners, leaving behind so many powerhouses who failed to qualify. Kaisen Esports and the second miracle of Yuppie, Starlord bringing the team together, and Attack All Around, who received straight as in strategy, combat, and concentration, was able to secure their spot in the weekly final. Although they have to win the weekly final to directly advance to the grand final, they were able to pick up a chicken dinner after taking down some of the strongest teams, so it's not impossible. The rise of the Global Esports XSET continued in Week 3. They demonstrated explosive performances throughout the entire weekly survival, and were able to catch Gen.G off guard and pick up the chicken dinner in Match 15. Although they need more points, since they currently only have 68 points, they have a good shot at directly qualifying considering their current form. Global Esports XSET have become the fiercest dark horse in PGC 2021, and their growth could be a legendary story. Gen.G's revival was a moving moment that brought tears to the viewers. Ever since the rank decision, their struggle continued, and they needed a bounce-back moment more than any other team. Although their combat skills were in the later phases of the weekly survival, they were short of winning a chicken dinner. In the 16th and final match, they were backed into a corner when Teagleton knocked Pio. Inonix, who tried to save Pio, clashed with the members of Sonics who wanted to finish him off. In a 1v4 situation.
Go time for Sonics, and yeah, if they can win
1,
Sonics and Onyx,
2,
the opening knock on
3,
shuts down
4.
Sonic stream just like
Inonix played exceptionally and wiped out Sonics all by himself. They showed some signs of revival after scoring 52 kill points in 7 matches and dramatically picking up the last chicken dinner. But they have only earned 43 points in total in the weekly final so far, so they need to finish at the top of the leaderboard.
이번이 마지막 파이널이기 때문에 무조건 1등을 생각하고 있고요. 폭발력 터지는 판들이 많다면 충분히 가능성 있다고 생각하고 있습니다. 그랜드 파이널을 갈 수 있게끔 최선을 다해서 노력하겠습니다.
Sonics, who weren't able to uncuff the runner-up course. Former PGIS champion Sonics had the most second-place finishes, and no chicken dinners throughout the 3-week span of weekly survival in PGC 2021. PCS5 Asia champion Petrichor Road also failed to qualify for this week's weekly final, which means that they won't be able to directly advance to the grand final with the points they have right now. The well-known Powerhouse FaZe Clan managed to find good form and show their combat skills by placing in the top 4 3 times during the weekly survival. But they failed to advance to this week's weekly final again. The grand survival is their last chance. Sonics, Petrichor Road, FaZe Clan, and other potent teams like 17 Gaming, Multi-Circle Gaming, and so forth are aiming to pick up chicken dinners in the grand survival. Which teams will win the final spots and head to the grand final? Make sure to check out next week's Grand Survival. We only have a couple of pick'em challenges remaining, so it's time for you to make your move. Inonix clutch play really came through for Gen.G. They are currently over 200,000 votes behind Virtus Pro, but let's see if they can turn the tables. As for the weekly kill point MVP, New Happy is currently in first place by a landslide. Will Ghibli Esports be able to continue their aggressive play style in the weekly final after missing out last week? The Grand Survival will be the last chance for the teams who failed to qualify for all of the weekly final, including this week's. Grand Survival will be held on December 16th, and the last 4 tickets to the Grand Final are on the line. 16 teams starting from the 13th place in total points from the weekly final will compete, and every time a team picks up a chicken dinner, that team advances to the grand final, and the next team in line will join the competition until the last team joins the lobby. Who will reach the grand final, the stage everyone dreams of? Stay tuned until the finale.